centre spot, so here with the Bulls at Oxford this afternoon.
Well, welcome to Oxford Stadium for the Silk Cup Challenge Cup round 4, where today Bradford Bulls entertain those gallant youths Batley. Straight into the team news. For the Bulls, Paul Cook starts at number 1, Carlos Hassan reverts from centre to get the number 2 shirt. He's partnered by Graham Bradley and Paul Loughlin, and Gary Christie switches from the right wing over to the left. There's a welcome return to David Longo. He's signing early in the season from Dewsbury, and he partners the Bradford Bulls captain Robbie Paul. Front row for Bradford Bulls today is Andy Ireland, Jason Donoghue and Brian McDermott, and a back three of Jason Donoghue, Sonny Nicol and Simon Knox. And the Bradford substitutes today are Paul Medley and Carl Fairbank. The Dewsbury team, they start off with Stephen Walker at number 1, Gary Thornton, Lee Bargate, Paul Harrison and Phil Kedrick at number 5, Mark Chapman and Gary Barnett at 7, Andy Parkinson, Mark Cass and Chris McWillian at the front row with Darren Childs, Tony Walton and the effervescent David Heron, the former Bradford and Leeds star player. He starts at number 13 today for the gallant youths, and their substitutes are Paul Murphy and Graham Middleton. One has to say that I suppose the Bulls start as firm favourites today, playing against lower division opposition, and straight away Simon Knox runs straight into Darren Childs, and a little bit of a silly penalty there by number 13. Rather silly, taking all the pressure off the Bulls in the first few seconds of the game. And Paul Cook makes no mistakes with that first penalty. Straight away Brian McDermott, he drives in, and straight away we see the power there of the big former Eastmore forward. Andy Ireland running out rather wide, slips a nice little ball to the Bradford skipper, possibly not the ball that was required. Ireland on the blindside run up to Longo. Longo's come with a big reputation from the Dewsbury club. This time it's Donoghue, big strike, gets a lovely ball, little bit of a forward pass. Referee Mr. Simon Ganson right up with play, and I don't think the Bulls can have any complaints about that decision. So a very enterprising start by the Bradford team in this first couple of minutes. Already the power of Donoghue and Ireland, McDermott beginning to tell. Most of the play for the gallant youths will come round Gary Barnett. He's played number 7, former Bramley player, and of course the younger brother of Steve Barnett, who had very many happy years here at Oxford before moving on to Huddersfield. David Heron. David will be distributing the ball today. Big hit there by Simon Knox, really knocking the stuffing out of Darren Childs. Long ball back, not the best of passes, good chase by McDermott. It's a high ball, well taken on the full by Carlos Hassan. He decides to come in midfield. Donoghue playing at 9 today in the absence of Bernard Dwyer, but of course now with the signing of Jamie Lowes there's even more competition for the number 9 berth at Oxford. Donoghue was impressed in his early performances here with the Bulls. Has been criticised a little bit for his distribution from matching half-back, but certainly a very tricky customer to tackle, as we saw there when he's running from the ruck. Good ball to Bradley. So it's the final tackle in this set of 6. Robbie Paul, the skipper, chips one through, perfectly weighted, could be a mistake here. All kinds of panic as the Batley players finish up in the snow. Snow clearing going on right up to kick-off time. Head groundsman Roger Simpson, who of course now is a Batley player, but he's cup tied today, he can't play. As of course is Glenn Tomlinson, who came into the other direction when little Roger moved down the road there to Mount Pleasant. So not the best of kicks, ricocheting off Donoghue's back. Batley compressing the defence nice and tight. Good long ball from Longo. Island gets it ball out. Well, a little bit of a controversy right again there, but once again, Mr. Ganson right up with play. Decides that the forward pass has been given. When has to be fair, he did blow early on, so the Bulls players can have no complaints about it. So Barnett feeds the ball in. Floats the ball out very, very nicely there to Mark Chapman. And as I mentioned, of course, that the Batley team is coached by none other than Jeff Gratian, who would possibly go down in many people's eyes as one of the all-time greats here at Otsall. Gave tremendous service in the halcyon days of the late 70s and early 80s, and went on to make a total of over 750 appearances as a professional, which is a truly outstanding performance in today's climate of big hits and wide running. Jeff surely will go down as one of the all-time greats, and no accolade can be too good for him. That's a long ball back. Christie chases, feeds Paul Cook. He tries to go outside Mark Chapman, but didn't have the pace on that occasion. Christie's in there, in at the action again. Matt William coming up and missing the tackle. And I'm sure we'll see the Bulls' backs coming in more and more round there, rucking the 25s with an extra pace. So Knox holds up a ball beautifully to Donahue. Donahue with a straight run to the line. Will he have the pace? Superb tackle, just short. As his momentum taking him over. Well, you can see from here. Lovely try from Jeremy Donahue. Just after 6 minutes. A move on the outside. Superbly timed ball by Simon Knox, and the big fellow using all that pace and strength to stride into the corner. A little bit dodgy to see from this angle whether he got the ball down or not, but obviously the referee right on the spot gave the decision. I think Jeremy could just put his arms out to make sure, but obviously he felt that he could slide over. So an opening score after just 6 minutes. So a bright start for the Bulls, and the first try in his career with the Bulls for Jeremy Donahue. Let's hope it's the first of many. So Cook this time striking the ball a lot better, puts the ball nice and deep. A good chase by the Bradford Bulls defence, obviously looking to pin Batley in this 25-22 area as it's now known. No excuses, it's clearly marked on the pitch as you can see. So that's a long time in the game, talking about 25-yard lines, it said 10-yard lines. It's always difficult. So a knock on, and of course Robbie Paulale will be getting a certain amount of treatment. There's no doubt about that. He's certainly been the star man for the Bulls in the last few weeks. Certainly a ray of sunshine in 1 or 2 Dow performances. A kid who's got a great future in front of him, and rather again we see that a silly penalty given away by the gallant youths. A little bit of debate. They decide to tap it. Ball moves out wide to Bradley. Bradley straightens up. Good inside support from Cook, but Bradley just couldn't release that ball. Ireland, he does well. It's back to Donahue. Donahue slips it beautiful to Bradley. Bradley looking to just to stretch out and put the ball behind his man, but on that occasion it wasn't on. Knox, who's improved as the weeks have gone by, had rather a shaky start. The big fella certainly got the try-scoring scent in his nose now. Bradford could do it a little bit deeper. Brian McDermott, he cuts inside. Overlap on the outside if it goes. Lovely ball from Longo. Loughlane, is going to power his way over. Well, losing the ball in the tackle. Bit of a controversy you could have there as Chris McWilliam drives in for Batley. Nice stopping by young Mark Cass. Parkinson there feeling the might of Andy Ireland. Well, Mr. Ganson has been very, very, should we say, forthright in enforcing the players that they shall not hold anybody down in the tackle. Been consistent throughout, and there we saw him being consistent again, Pinline and the Island for interfering at the play of the ball. Poor kick there, well taken by Gary Christie. Now Bradford can move this ball wide, should have gone straight away. Nicol gets the ball, he holds the ball up, long goal, brings Hassan inside, Hassan cuts inside. Schoolboy error, Brian McDermott takes the ball forward. Robbie Paul, Simon Knox, big gap for Knox. Lachlan holds the ball up, beautiful for Christie. Christie met with a tremendous tackle and a late tackle going in there. Right on Gary Christie, looked like he used to the elbow to me. Touch just right on the spot, had none of it. Once again though, look, Bradford looking flat. Ball going down, knock on, and Bradford are going to have to get deeper. Obviously they're playing against opposition that can't match them for pace, but obviously the nearer they get to the man, they're going to cut that advantage of extra pace down. So I'm sure the cry will be coming straight away from the box up here next to me from Brian Smith. They get these 3 quarters deeper. Long go, and Paul Lachlan are meant to do that, they can pull them deep. If it doesn't happen, I'm afraid Bradford are going to carry on struggling. Barnett shuffling about, getting nowhere. McDermott, once again, ball going to Matt William. David Heron floats a nice ball out. Lee Bargate just tries to cut inside, but well shadowed. Better chip through that time by Mark Chapman. Coming off a Bradford player's hand though, so that'll be the head and feet to Batley. One that we weren't really expecting. Gary Christie just disputing that decision with the touch judge. He didn't think he got a hand to it. I must admit I didn't notice it. Once again, nice ball going in. Walker comes in. Steve Walker, the former Dudley Hill Junior, in 3 or 4 seasons at the Mount now. Change of attack. Darren Child bringing the ball down the middle. Nice switch of play. Barnett holds the ball up superbly. Took 2 goals, but eventually Paul Allison did hold on to the ball. Bargett again. Bargett did well there, but no runners coming for him. Bargett desperately screaming for his men to get deeper. Once again though, Bradford defence shuffling across, bringing us to the last tackle. Out to Heron. Heron holds it up, set it superbly. Wonderful try by David Heron. Pure class, that little step off the left foot which we saw so often here at Oxford Stadium. A wonderful try from a man who won't mind me saying is in the veteran stages now, but as the old saying goes, there's no substitute for class. The Bradford defence just held off him, and with a man, old Twinkle Toes used to call him here up at Oxford, with a man of that class and calibre, you just can't do it. And Jeff Gratian just out of camera sight here, talking to his charges, winding them up.
And the try converted with Batley by number 8, Andy Parkinson.
And big Andy Parkinson adding the extras on there. Not very often that you see number 8 kicking for goal. So Barnett restarts again with a long deep kick. 25 minutes of the half remaining. 6 points to 4 in Batley's favour. As Bradley goes through, gets the ball out to Robbie Paul, who tries to step inside Walker, but he's caught by a last ditch tackle. Bit of an handful tip, player being held down, has to be a penalty. Now now play on the Batley 10 metre line exactly. Donahue starts the play off with a long ball out to Ireland, who ambles onto the ball, could really be going hard and straight like this fellow does here, Brian McDermott. Good switch of play, not going straight to Hanzo. Lachlan doing well, picking up that one. Bit of a let off for Bradford, so the Nickel takes it in. Certainly when one-man rugby at the moment by the Bulls, they take the ball to his post. Robbie Paul, he'll certainly open play out. He opens the ball up, looks for a gap, steps out of one. Good defence so by the Gallant Youths. It's the last tackle. Played out to Donahue. He tries to chip through. All kinds of problems here. That looks like a try for Bradford. Mr. Gampson, no problems. Try given. Quite sure who scored it. Sonny Nickel involved. Graham Bradley involved. I'll have to wait for the official announcement. And when it goes on Sonny Nickel, he's the one who's claiming the accolades from the fans over here in the terraces. But really no danger there. Batley should certainly have covered all that kick up. Certain disarray there, which I'm sure Jeff Gratian won't be very, very pleased about. Certainly plenty of action though in this first 20 minutes. In end-to-end stuff. So Cook pulls it wide. So Cookie hasn't got his kicking boots on today.
Number 12, Sonny Nickel.
8 points to 6. Couldn't blame the sand on that occasion. It's amazing we'll see how well Paul Cook kicks off here. Strikes the ball superbly, yet when he's going for goal doesn't fail to seem to find that touch. Ball going to Chris McWilliam. This is now Bradford nice and tight and compact in defence. Batley trying to blast the way through. Out to Parkinson. Parkinson steps inside. Good tackle by Jason Donahue. Head and screaming for the ball. Gary Barnett, two of the ball handlers in there together. I really want that though on Batley as I hit the blind side. Christie being changed by Mark Cass. Mark Cass signed for Hull from Middleton Juniors. Played in the same team as Dio Powell, who had a bit of a spell here at Oxford, if you remember. Then moved to Batley. An outstanding junior prospect was Mark Cass, never really fulfilled his potential. Well, not a very, very good play of the ball, one has to say there. Taking Mr. Bradley another 10 metres there. However, it's Batley on the attack. 8 points to 6 in Bradford's favour. Andy Parkinson tries to step round. Ryan McDermott. David Heron, set piece there by Batley. Bradford reading the situation very, very well. Come up and snuff out the attack down at left-hand flank. Walker, the Batley full-back. Again, that inside ball, but tremendous tackle by Jeremy Donoghue on Darren Childs. Mark Cassie throws the ball away and kicks it alive, and really Darren Childs should have done better. Donoghue to Simon Knox. Knox coming tremendously near this touchline. Sure, Brian Smith was holding his breath there as he got closer and closer. McDermott, he's worked really hard in this opening 20-minute spell for the Bulls. Out to Ireland. Ireland gets a nice ball away. Possible chance there by Roy Paul. To move the ball wide. Really Bradford could do with men going forward. Brian McDermott again. What a big half this guy's having. Wonderful tackle though by Walker. Robbie Paul calling the shots on his right hand side. He tries to chip through. And the ball just going out, kick underneath those posts. Gary Thornton seemed to have a while there before he kicked it dead. Possibly better not taking any chances like he did. Decided to kick out. Cookie right under the ball, gives it to Sonny Nicol. Sonny seemed to take a while there before he wound up into full pace. And then once again, not the best to play the balls. Certainly causing all kinds of problems with Jeremy Donoghue today. Paul with the ball. Nice ball to Bradley. Bradley gets away, a magic ball. To David Longo, I think there. Wonderful play by the big centre there, Graham Batley, just held the ball up superbly. Supporting play, coming on the outside. Usual, it's a routine as it goes through, and this time Cookie makes no mistakes.
The try scorer then for the Bulls, number 6, David Longo, and the try converted by number 1.
So David Longo, another player getting his first try in Bulls colours. So the Bulls now beginning to edge away. Strong running there, and Brian McDermott seems to have taken a bit of a knock. Down for the count. The referee, I think he'll be stopping the fight on this one. Back up on his feet is Brian though. Once again, good running by Tony Walton. Ball kept alive. Many years ago, a good forward called Jim Walton played for Batley. Just wondering whether Tony's any relation. Mark Cass holding that ball up superbly, and really the Batley centre should have done better there. Lovely ball from Cass, former half-back. Converted to kind of so many half-backs do these days. Turning over possession just when they could least afford to. All out to Longo, feeding the big Aussie centre. Nicol. So you see how the Batley defence has spread out, so the gaps are bound to be down in the middle. Possibly the impossibility of a little inside ball. Hassan. Up to Ireland. Allen keeps it alive. Inside to Cook. Cook going around his man. So again it's Knox. Well tackled there though by David Heron. Not many tackles on David. Robbie Paul. Got a little gap through. Clive for obstruction there by some of the Bradford Speckies, but the referee having none of it. Good running by Gary Thornton. Stepping out of one or two tackles there, and then big Andy Parkinson, he comes to take it just outside the Batley 20. 3 really good moves there. Chris McWilliam as well as Mark Cass got a big gap. Cassie trying to take them on. Out to David Heron. David will want men inside him. That's the ball to young Barnett. So very good 10 of 5 there. The two of the Batley players now beginning to just puff a little bit. Hassan picks the ball up. Running away. Paul Loughlin. Gary Christie dummying his way through. To Jeremy Bradley. He's certainly becoming a favourite with his Oxford crowd. Another superb run by the big Aussie, who's really finding his feet now. As it is compatriot, nice little outside ball to Robbie Paul. Donahue, it's a long goal. It's the last tackle. I didn't see what Bradford do here now. They've got another set piece on the line. Big ball out to Bradley. Bradley turns, looks for Brian McDermott, but good defence from the Gallant Youths. Billy Batley want this ball quickly in. Good set of 5 or 6 quick play the balls. Walker. And right into a solid wall. Andy Ireland and Jeremy Donoghue. Looking to get away with interference. Well, he didn't get away with it in Brian McDermott. Rather silly. Although I have to say that maybe Andy Parkinson just wandered a little bit away from the actual tackle. This time the ball into touch. Mark Cass starts the ball rolling again. Chris McWilliam. Parkinson, they're going to be the workhorses for Batley, and if they don't tire, Batley will still win there, 14 points to 6. Nice ball from Cass to Barnett. Barnett misses a man out central, just a little bit early with his run. So slip the ball. Got inside support play. Just again out to Darren Child. Child doing well. Poor tackling though by Bradford on that occasion. And Child kicks a well. David Heron, he didn't want it in that position. Barnett holds it up. Well picked up by Gary Thornton. Under immense pressure there from Christie.
Say that, Northern, they're passing it.
Who's Northern there?
Heron. Long ball out. Robbie Paul goes in. Ball knocked out. Nickel now with a man outside him. Chance for Hassan to show his pace. Goes outside his man. Hassan striding away. No problem for Carlos Hassan. He touches down. Lovely ball there from Sonny Nickel. Timed it superbly. Coming from that big impact tackle there by Robbie Paul. Not noted for the strength of his tackling, but he certainly rocked the man on that occasion. Ball coming loose, Sonny Nickel picking up, and then just drawing 2 men on the inside before letting Carlos Hassan use that electrifying pace down the right flank. Arbitrator, touch judges can't agree, and I'm sure we've all seen that on many, many occasions. So it's a little shuffle from Paul Cook. Lines his sights up. And he misses again. Bradford Bulls and Batley. Andy Parkinson steps inside Nickel. Chris McWilliam organising the defensive line is young Robbie Paul. Very, very young to be a captain. A lot of responsibility on such young shoulders. Barnett. Inside, a bit of a fiery character is Gary Barnett. I thought possibly he'd been would have been into Robbie Paul a little bit more. Little kick on through. Hassan's read it well. He just goes back, drops on the ball without any problems. Before Phil Kedwick. Cook stepping inside. Nice ball to Andy Ireland. This time Andy Ireland once again gets the ball away. Referee said that's back to 1. Knocked out of the tackle. Chris McWilliam can't believe it anyway. Bradley holds the ball up, doing it to Lachlan. Lachlan just swatting men off. Gets the ball down to Brian McDermott. And really that's not the man who wanted there. They'd been better with a half back. Could really do with David Longo in there. Out to Knox. Knox does well. Gets the ball away. Once again to Bradley. All the Batley defence handy holding back. Just really playing to Bradford's hands here. Loughlin's looking good. Out to Graham Bradley. Second or third time he's been involved in that set of 5. Now we come to the last tackle. Longo with the ball to Ireland. Ireland will try desperately to get the ball away, but there's no success. Well, this time Mr. Gamson giving a forward pass. It wasn't the best of passes. The first Bradford player going through was a decoy runner. Unfortunately, he stretched for the ball, and you saw the result. Well, there's a little bit of injury problems for Batley. Barnett feeds the scrum. Nice ball out to Chapman. Chapman has come with a big reputation, of course. Batley were missing their playmaker of the last few seasons in Tomlinson. Certainly never really ticked unless he was playing. And a good run in by big Andy Parkinson. Certainly these two Batley props can't be faulted. They put a tremendous effort in this first 30 minutes, 35 minutes. We see again they managed to kick the ball line. Barnett. Now a little chip through here, surely the young Sullivan touch inside his man beautifully. There's Chapman, but he's not going to make it. Great cover tackle by Sonny Nicol. Must have a quick play the ball. They're probably going south, a long ball out. Bradley coming in well. Charles goes in. Now we come to the last tackle. But good enterprising play. Chapman had turned his man there though, and really should have scored. McDermott, he gets the ball out to Paul. Paul, beautiful sidestepping. Has he got the pace to go outside his man? Yes, he has. He'll look for Christie surely. Looking for his man, gets the ball out to David Longo. David in the corner, and he dropped the ball. Referee's right there. He dropped the ball. What an error there by David Longo. All he had to do was just touch down after a wonderful break by the Bradford skipper. All the work had been done for him. All the youngster had to do was just bend his back and touch down. I'm sure he'll never ever do that again in the time he'll be playing. But score remains 18 points to 6 in Bradford Bolt's favour. So this it's end to end. Play going from end to end there. 3 times in the space of 60 seconds. Andy Parkinson straight into Brian McDermott. High tackle. 4 minutes remaining of this first half. Well, not the best of kicks. Must be a heavy ball the way Matt Cass struck that one. Once again, it's Matt William. Good traditional play by Batley. 2 props doing all the spade work. David Heron holds the ball up nicely. Barnett trying to duck and dive. Gets nowhere through on that occasion. Little gap for Cass. He picks out Brian McDermott. McDermott leaps and pulls him down to the ground. Once again, it's Chris McWilliam taking the ball for the post. Good play. Now giving his half-back options. I'm sure we'll see a switcher play here. No, we won't. Batley have overloaded this side. Have they got the sleight of hand to move it? Chapman tries to kick through. Not the best of kicks, really. In fact, it was a pathetic kick. So David Longo and the Island should have no problems picking the ball up. Gary Barnett just going in there and his opposite number. I wonder how long it'd be. We predicted that one 5 minutes ago. Little word from Mr. Ganson, the referee. Young Gary can't believe it. Bit of a cheap shot on the blind side, 3 men holding him. Might one to be proud of, having a word with the captain now. So that little lecture there from Mr. Ganson. Play resumes. With just a couple of minutes to go before that half-time hooter. Ireland trying to step inside Cass. Nicol certainly looked the part today when he's run out wide. Now it's Robbie Paul got inside the man. That one should have gone though to Simon Knox. Ireland again. Last tackle. Donahue chips the ball through. Good chase in by Bradford. Well done. Looked to me as though the wrong man picked that ball up. The right man running onto the ball. If he'd have picked it up, he would have cleared the line. Left it to the man running back, and of course he'd no option then to keep going back. And these are the tackles really for the Bradford chasers. Mr. Ganson just making sure that everybody's on side for Batley. They start off, the ball goes to Brian McDermott. To Bradley. Bradley gets the ball, good sleight of hand, Andy Ireland. Looking like a splinter, gets the ball to Loughlin. They all let go Loughlin, and in goes Loughlin. What a softest of tries, right on half-time. And poor old Griff Jason must be pulling his hair out, because Batley had defended superbly, and then they let in a soft try like that, right on the stroke. Coach's nightmare, but I'm sure Paul Loughlin will be saying thank you very, very much. A tackle is round him, he spun round, the first guy missed him, the second guy missed him, then Paul just left there with an open trot to the line and saying thank you very much as he touches down. Right on the range, looks to me as though he'd lined that one up perfectly. It'll just drift away from that far post and go right through the middle. It's a ball kick, steps it, and it's just in the corner there. Drifted a little bit more than I predicted. Well, right on the half-time there. Cook just managing his second goal of the afternoon to add to tries from Hassan, Loughlin, David Longo and Jeremy Donahue to give for a half-time lead of 24 points to 6.
Well, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, it's Silk Cup Day this afternoon here at Oxford Stadium, so we're going to give
Paul Cook gets it away for the second half. Long deep kick taken by Barnett. Looking around, see if any changes. No changes in the both sides by the look of it. Quite difficult to pick up the numbers on the Batley side, but Graham Middleton could be on. One has to be, bit of an elbow going in there from Simon Knox. Good wide ball out. Well taken there by Christie, who cuts inside. Good chasing. Had a big number 10, Chris McWilliam. Brian McDermott does well, keep the ball alive, get it to follow prop Andy Ireland. Andy will be fancying himself in a standoff role, linking in nicely in that first half. Jeremy Donahue. Robbie Paul, nice early ball. Sonny Nicol coming on the set piece. Throws away rather a silly ball though. Referee, touch judge should I say, overrules the referee, says play on. A bit lucky on that occasion of the Bulls. That lovely little step there by Paul. He still gets the ball away though to Bradley, who cuts inside. Nice ball once again inside to Cook, who's stepping and sliding. Back to Bradley, Batley up very, very fast. There's a long ball to Nicol, who stood out wide. He gets the ball away to Hassan. Hassan with a line at his mercy. He goes in for a good try, does Carlos Hassan. All made. That lovely ball from Sonny Nicol. Although we have to be fair, Hassan had to score the try. A little bit of a breeze, so Paul maybe had lined it up properly. We'll wait and see. Strikes the ball, no, we're there. Went to the right hand side of the post as we saw.
The try scorer there for the Bulls, number 2, Carlos Hassan.
So possibly a little bit of coaching technique, lining the ball up what's coming in there. I'm sure kicking coach Roy Barrow will be having a word with him after the game. Obviously I want to talk to him regarding his technique during the game. So the U's now looking to make their second substitution. Darren Childs coming off for Paul Murphy. I'm sure the Bulls are looking for that magic 50 today. Darren Childs possibly seeing the number 11 straight into the action. Nobody can fault this guy for effort though. Parkinson stepping outside Brian McDermott. Play. Ball kept alive. Batley just don't seem to have the power, the strength or the guile to break this Bradford defence at the moment. The kick through straight to David Bradley. He gives the ball to four-man Hassan. He goes dangerously near that touchline and then does all that good work by going into touch on the first tackle. So as Bradford work hard and tirelessly to get the ball back, they immediately hand it back. Carlos Hassan going into touch on the very, very first tackle. Criminal offence, been in Australia, they've chopped his legs off. Nice play by Lee Bargate there, but unfortunately Gary Thornton had come inside when he should have stopped out wide. Bradford up very, very fast. Nice switch of play, Heron. Early ball wanted, there's the pass. Thornton now, he cuts inside, Knox does very, very well. Batley keeping this ball alive well, but just he's losing his feet there as he slips down. The last tackle. Bradford regroup. Barnett decides to hit the left hand side, puts it behind the defence, forcing Hassan to turn, and he dropped it as Hassan. All kinds of problems there for the Bradford defence. Hassan just managing to get a handball style, putting the ball over the dead ball line, so then Bradford will have to kick out underneath the post. Paul Cook strikes the ball sweetly, it just drifts over the halfway line, straight to Steve Walker's hands. He gets it on the first bounce. Big Andy Parkinson in a tower of strength for this Batley today, as is this guy. So this is where David Heron will come into his own, switching it round to Barnett. Holds it up well, interception time. If Bradley to come up faster, but he's missed his man. Good second phase defence there by Nicol, but the ball just going to ground. Really, it was the defensive qualities there of Sonny Nicol. Classic second row man coming across, closing the play down, looking for the inside pass. So Robbie Paul feeds the ball. The Gamson tells the Batley players to get on side. Longo, chance to throw his pace out wide. Well shepherded there by Paul Chapman, who's had a bit of a knock on the head. Mark Chapman should have said knock on the head. Ryan McDermott kicking out in the tackle, but getting the free kick in his favour. Graham Middleton giving away that penalty for Batley. Andy Ireland goes forward. Oh, bit of a flying left foot there from the Batley defence as Lachlan drifted through and Sonny Nicol stood out here wide, screaming for the ball. Nice long pass from Knox to Longo to Nicol, who eventually gets the ball. He wants it so long. There's a move to Bradley, obviously a set piece. Batley pick up the loose ball. Bit of argy-bargy. Hassan going in, hitting his man. Mark Barnett wants a quick play of the ball. He gives the ball to Parkinson. Parkinson just gets his ankles tapped by Brian McDermott, who will surely be top of the tackle count for Bradford. Slight hint of a forward pass. Bit unlucky really. Would have been better off using him as a foil and putting the ball behind him. Robbie Paul, nice little inside pass to Lachlan. Lachlan picked it up beautifully off his shoelaces. Out to Cook. Cook gets the ball to Hassan. Back inside to Bradley. Bradley, basketball style over the top to Donahue. He goes through. Scrambling defence by Bramley. All over the Bradford Bulls at the moment. Nice long ball. Knox spoils it off by knocking on as poor old Simon throws the ball down in disgust. David Heron would come out of the scrum, playing the number 6 position. Not the best to play the balls. Walker, back to Heron. Heron cuts inside off that left foot. Classic sidestep for David Heron. Over 520 professional games at Leeds, Bradford and now Batley. 15 seasons with the Loiners. Cass. The goal to Matt Williams. He must give the early ball to the man outside him. Back inside, referee right on with play. No try, I'm sure. Really, Batley should have scored there. That lack of pace telling once again. The second try scoring chance is squandered. Ireland now. And Bradford going to hit them on the counter. The big Ireland spins round as the Batley defence gets tired by the minute. These two big fellas will be really putting the ball in, and maybe one thinks now whether it's the time right to introduce Paul Medley with his strong wide running into the fray. Side ball to Knox. Donahue shoots away from marker. Nearly gives off all the ground that he's made away with, rather a silly pass. Nicol's in there. Nicol well tackled by Casso. Plays the ball. Referee could have had a word about that one. It's a long goal. Hits Cook. Superb take there by Robbie Paul, who goes outside his man in superb style. That was a lovely try by Bradford. Maybe hitting of a forward pass, but who's bothering? Lovely try for Gary Christie. Straightforward run to the line now by Christie. No problems. So with 26 minutes remaining, second half, Bradford Northern edging into a 32 points to 6 lead. Lovely high kick, 8 out of 10 for that one. If all this time, chases all the time in the world to get there to pull the man down. Once again, it's that tireless workhorse, Chris McWilliam. Takes the ball in. Parkinson showing good sleight of hand for a big fella as Middleton takes the ball in. Gas with a little dab through. It's going to be a little bit too strong, yet it is. Looking for one of those famous Oxford corners which aren't quite as mounted as they used to be. Raised for the speedway. Derek Fox used to be able to judge it to perfection when he just rolled the ball over the line, caught many defence unawares. Switch of play to Nicol, who's now moved closer to the ruck. Obviously word going on the bench, wanted Sonny a little bit nearer. Bradley. Up to Robbie Paul. Robbie goes outside his man. Christie back inside to Bradley, but Bradford will have to come back inside, and they do in the shape of Lachlan. Lachlan steps out, tackles beautifully. Knox. They have a long goal. To Donahue will see that line in, I'm sure he'll go for it. Well, he should have gone for it. Tried to be the playmaker rather than a try scorer. And we saw the results there, the ball going to the ground. Batley getting a bit of a let up. Bradford getting a bit of a let up. All right, first time. Well, the big fella now, Chris will have no chance in slotting him down, but he's got a man inside. Can he get his pass in? No, he can't, but once again, valuable yards. A little bit difficult to see who the man is out there. Certainly Batley, not laying down. Great ball out by Cass. Barnett getting a big rap in that tackle. Laid out.
Good pass, Dave. I mean, drew the men well.
Again, it's Cass. Little chip over by Chapman, but well read there by Gary Christie. And plenty of room outside. Bradley Hassan beat his man beautifully. A long pass outside to nice Bradford, Robbie Paul. Got a man on this side who'll just hold the ball up for him. One goal sprinting away. And he makes no mistake that time. Ball goes down. Good try for David Longo. It's his second try of the afternoon. Still not wanting to make a mistake this time, isn't Cookie? And he doesn't, no problems.
The try score for the Bulls, Number 6, David Longo. The try converted by number 1, Paul Cook.
Meanwhile, 2 substitutions being made.
There are 2 substitutions for
Andy Island.
Number 14, Paul Medley replaces number 10, Brian McDermott.
And Brian McDermott coming off for McDermott and Medley.
Replaces number 8.
For Fairbank and Medley, should I say. And straight away the 2 subs straight into the action. Paul Medley. Chasing across. Just at the 20-minute stage of this second half. 30 points to 8, 30 points to 6, should I say, in Bradford's favour. David Aaron. He cuts inside. To Cass. Aaron and Medley having a little bit of a bust up there. Straight away, Sonny gets through the ball. Gary Barnett recovered from his earlier knock. A right hop cross there from Barnett. Jeremy Donoghue, he takes the ball forward again. Making big yardage now into this Batley defence. Knocks, dummies, then slips it away to Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul tries to get it away. Referee says play on. Could have been a little bit of Paul Medley getting some treatment already. That must be a record. He's only been on 5 minutes, if that. Possibly one of his contact lenses coming loose. He's alright, it's Paul there though. Straight on the ball, Medley. Big chance now to shoot away from Mark Adair, but he decides to pass to Nicol. Nicol gets the ball to Longo. He takes it to Hassan. Hassan can't pick it up. It's all happening out there at the moment. Both sides seem to be at 6s and 7s. Wilton. Smack William. Still foraging away. As is this big lad Parkinson. Does well, gets a nice ball to Cass. Little Mark Cass. Barnett puts the high one up. Not a great kick that one though. Christie has no problem. Fairbank holding the ball up for Hassan. Barnett just been brushed aside by David Longo as Fairbank takes the drive in. Paul. Nice ball to Christie. To Lachlan, should I say. He cuts inside. Oh, what a wonderful ankle tap. Right at the death. That'll be the handover. Stevie Walker there pulling off a magnificent tackle from David Longo when I'm sure he thought he was going in for his hat-trick. Had the pen down, ready just to scribe it in. Well picked up. See Bradford now just pinning Batley in now. They haven't, as we said before, got the firepower to break away. They're going to have to rely very much on the kicking game of Gary Barnett and Mark Cash, so to speak. Ball goes in. Hassan will be better off picking this one up. Got a man with him, just run to your man and pass the ball. Classic play out to Cook. Cook goes across, wants Christie inside him, dummies Christie. Still manages to get the ball there eventually. A lot of effort for no ground gained. to Fairbank. Now we see Medley at his brilliant best. Lovely ball, but Fairbank couldn't take it. It'll be play on. Superb ball from Medley. Batley may have the numbers outside. Walker cut inside. The big Australian, Jeremy Donahue, though, laying all over his man. Batley decides to tap it, make good yardage. Bit of quick thinking there by the youths. Heron holds the ball up. So Batley now overloading this left-hand side. Wonderful ball away. Nobody in support though. That would have been another try for Batley if they'd only had support at hand. Good defence from Bradford though. Graham Bradley in particular read the situation well. Well, a wonderful ball there. I think it was Gary Barnett who slipped it out. Couldn't quite make out the scorer. It's very, very difficult to pick up these numbers on these Batley shirts. Makes no mistakes, so we knew he wouldn't.
The try score for Batley, number 14, Phil Murphy, and the try converted by number 8, Andy Parkinson.
So Phil Murphy, the Batley substitute, been accredited with that try. And there we see the benefit of the new rule, the attacking team getting the opportunity to put the team who've just considered a try under pressure. That's the theory anyway. Nicol does well, gets the ball away. To Medley. Not the best of passes. Medley does have to adjust his style. He took that one. Donahue. Paul slipping and sliding. Very wiry customer gets the ball away superbly. Fairbank having a switch round there though to make that pass as Nicol gets in. Bit of a shepherd there. Ball goes down. Nicol gets it back. Surely the referee can't play on, but he has done. Well, Bradford fans aren't complaining. Now it's Fairbank. Goes to his more traditional role of taking the ball forward. Donahue, he gets the ball out. Simon Knox. So Bradford camp now on this Batley line. Switch of play to Fairbank. Nobody coming off him. Medley eventually arrives and fouls his way over for a good try. So Cal Fairbank there coming into the line, just held the ball up beautifully while Paul Medley arrived and just had a sleight of hand to slip the ball, and all the power and strength of Paul Medley driving over the line. So Cuckoo seems to have lined this one up a little bit better, although could just drift to that left hand side again. Paul Cook's left, that is. And he comes round the ball, and there we see it again, once again drifting to the right. Oh, and he's hurt his toe by the looks of things.
The try scorer for the Bulls, number 14, Paul Medley.
Obviously just kicked the ground there as he kicked that one, did Paul. Probably just stubbed his toes of kicking off, but it seems to be okay. He'll be kicking off here. Anybody who's ever kicked goals will know that you have your days or you don't have your days, and obviously one of those days for Paul Cook today. Bradford have scored 9 tries. Paul's going to manage to convert 3 of them. 42 points to 12. 11 minutes remaining. Once again it's Mark Cass, he holds the ball up well. Ball goes back now, Bradford should get this one, Bradley goes in. Little number 5, Gary Thornton there. Cook stepped down, if Cook gets anywhere, it'll be a try, will this one? Long go, inside to Fairbank. Fairbank eventually gets the ball out to Donahue. Medley again. Certainly made a big impact since his introduction as Medley. The big Aussie just held inches short on that occasion. It's the last tackle, quick play the ball, long pass out. Fairbank does well. Good play there by Bradford. Simon Knox running short off Carl Fairbank's shoulder. So this last 10 minutes, the floodgates might open here if Bradford throw the ball about with gear abandon, as we've seen. Certainly got the power and the pace out wide. This fellow will have to link in. About the kicks that one, makes no problems. That'll be 48.
And a hat-trick of tries, number 6, David Longo, try converted by number 1, Paul Cook.
Well, sorry about that one to David. We had a long way away up here, up in the gantry. A million miles away actually. This time it's Jason Donahue kicks off, so obviously Paul Cook feeling out a bit of a knock. Parkinson.
I've never seen that red thing before.
Middleton running well. McWilliam. Second drive in this set. Once again it's Barnett. Barnett, lovely ball inside. Slightly forward of the man over, the ball going everywhere. Touch just looking round. The referee's going to give this one, I think. Yes, he does. Eventually the referee gives it. Seemed to be just a little bit of a knock on. Once again, difficult to know who scored. Posse of players around there, both Bulls players and Batley players, all claiming the limelight. No doubt the man on the tannoy will soon put us out of our misery. Up to a fine technique, man with the binoculars focuses straight on the try scorer, so there can be no mistake about it. Parky looking now for his third goal. Little chip over, no mistake.
The try scorer there for Batley, number 7, Gary Barnett, and the try converted by number 8.
Well, Gary Barnett, being terrific with the try there, no more than he deserves. He plodded away, probed away throughout the game. Mark Cass now starting the game off. Deep kick, Cook uses his feet, he'll give the ball to Nicol. Nicol straightens up, good defence by Batley though. Out to Medley. Into the last 5 minutes of the game now. Well, that time the big Aussie looking to keep play moving, just lost the ball, obviously getting a little bit cold, it's very bitter out there. Willem does well, good skills by the Batley player. Walker goes through. 48-18. Barnett again, cutting inside. Gets the ball out of the back hole superbly. Time it's Cass. Big Graham Bradley all over him. Referee right on the spot, doesn't want any argy-bargy at this late stage of the game. Heron puts a nice ball out. Bulls clamp the ball. Once again, Batley was very fat. Loughlin couldn't pick it up, that'd be play on, surely. Back to 1. Paul Loughlin a little bit unlucky there. Because that would have been try time if the big fella had caught that one. Batley now nice and deep, forcing Bradford to come off the line at great pace. Barnett gets the ball. Barnett was growing in stature as the game's gone along. Back inside ball from Heron. Referee once again right on the spot. Quick play the ball. Little chip through. Cook reads it well though. Cook's away now. Just should be try time for Cook. Surely won't catch him. All the way over. 100-yarder for Paul Cook. And that's with a bad toe as well. Hook seemed to get a bit of a knock when he went over. Fortunately, it seems to be okay. That takes the Bulls over the 50. 3 minutes remaining. Bit of concern round Paul Cook. You can see the Bradford players just going to have a little word, but it seems to be okay. He won't want to go off now. So once again, we see play going right from one end of the field to the other. Paul Cook. Once again, he doesn't seem to have any problems underneath the force.
The try scorer and the goal scorer for the Bulls, number 1, Paul Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this afternoon's Silkcut Award, the outstanding performance in this game, chosen by Battle of the Press. The winner this afternoon, number 7 for the Bulls, Robbie Paul.
Well, Robbie Paul just been announced the Bulls player of the match. 1 or 2 in contention, I think, for that. .54-18 as we're coming to the final minute now. Full credit to Batley, they've never ever stopped trying, especially that magnificent front row. None more so than lad here, Paul Parkinson. A bit of a high tackle there. Yes, well spotted by the ref. Gas switches play. Back to Parkinson. Barnett in at the hub of things again with David Heron. The Bulls up very, very fast there. The shape of Paul Medley. Heron still stepping, sliding, somebody with him, but fortunately the ball goes down. That'll be a knock on. Possibly coming out to the last scrum of the game. A late injury for one of the Bradford players. Looks like Jason Donahue. Everything seems to be okay though. I'm going to see a late flourish now from the Bulls. Out to Longo. Longo puts the ball inside to Loughlin. Good strong run in there by Simon Knox. Medley away. Ball goes to ground. Nichols there. Well, there goes the final hooter. 54 points to 18. Will the referee give the free kick? He'd given the free kick before the hooter went. So a little bit of controversy right to the end. We have to give the free kick. Bradford are going to start play again. First tackle, I'm sure. We'll see the end of the game, obviously. Going to see what Bradford do now. Will they try and keep the ball alive, or will they just run the clock down? Well, they put the up and under up. Anything can happen. It's a bit of a long kick back. Ball bouncing out. That's a try. Well, it's all worth the effort. How about that one? When you're down, you're down. The ball coming off the post. Unbelievable stuff here at Oxall. Unbelievable. So now as we come today, nobody even bothering to get back. Everyone knows it's over. Cook strikes it through. That gives Bradford the 60 points. And there it does go to hooter. Well, in the end, a comfortable passage through for the Bradford Bulls, where they'll be playing Hull KR at Lee away. And let's hope that this form is rich for the form Bradford now are finding as they get this nice blend together. Brian Smith working very, very hard behind the scene. Let's hope they could success in the future.
Well, certainly had the Saints played, it must have been in an offside position, I think, was it? The referee's given a penalty anyway. But we saw some marvellous tries on Thursday night. We've seen some tremendous tries again today, and 2 good ones from Warrington as well. So again, it's been a quality game. Mark Foster, 54 points to 10 behind his team, with only a minute or so, we think, to go. And Warrington again lose the ball. And this has happened so often. When your luck is out, Ron, your luck is out.
It certainly is, Jim. But your luck's in this time. You forced Cunningham into touch on the far side for a catalogue of errors. Scrum down, Warrington feed. As you say, we're in the last minute of, 40 minutes gone on my clock, just playing in time for stoppages. 54-10 the score, and it's your last chance to get on the board.
That's Shelford this time playing at scrum half. Gary Chambers is back on. Bobby Golding the second time in a week. Man of the match for Saints. That's Paul Barrow, just outside the Saints 20. 54 points to 10. Let's hope it's 54 points to 16 shortly. Yestin Harris again, trying to side through this Saints defence, which really, after 160 minutes of rugby, have only let in 2 tries against the side of the attacking potential of Warrington, who gave Leeds a good pasting about 4 weeks ago, of course, at Wilderspool. But they've had 3 weeks of absolute nightmare rugby league. How are they going to score? Bennett will do. Consolation try for the Warrington utility back and even utility forward, Andy Bennett, who always gives 100% for the Wyatt. He came on just about 10 minutes ago, so Warrington have in fact used all the substitutes. The best team game in the world, perhaps not the fastest, that's probably ice hockey, I would think, as Yestin Harris puts that to the right of the post, so it's 54-14. But as I was saying, I really have revelled in some superb rugby league in the past 4 days here at Knowsley Road. Warrington haven't been in it too much, but Bobby Golding really has shown his class. He is, for me now, the first choice Great Britain scrum half, never mind Sean Edwards. I would love to see Bobby Golding playing scrum half and Sean Edwards at stand-off, but whether that will happen or not, I don't know. But it's going to be Warrington to kick off again, obviously praying for this hooter. Another battering they've taken here at Knowsley Road this afternoon, and Saints back in possession. Are they going to score 60, Ron?
Who knows? I don't think so. I think time's against us now. Actually played 2 minutes, nearly 3 minutes of stoppage time. But 54-14, a more creditable display as Capewell sidesteps in and out, drives it forward. Big rangy wingman come through the ranks. Whirring onto Gibbs. Gibbs twists in the tackle. Saints are pressing. They're deep in the Warrington half. Beavers takes it blindside. Haig looking for support, brought down on the 20. Maybe the last throw of the dice for the Saints. Hammond looks as though it's going to the air, but it's touched a Warrington player. It's back in Hammond's hands. He slips it out there to Arnold, looking for his hat-trick. There's the hooter. The clock just beating us, Jim. But a fantastic display this afternoon by the Saints, even though Warrington maybe have been expected to come back after that defeat and beat the Saints in the league. But 8 tries by the Saints, 8 goals from Golding, 3 from Brian Capewell coming through. But the final score here at Knowsley Road in the Stones Centenary Championship, after Saints leading 28-4 at half-time, the final score is 54 points to 14. Warrington playing with 11 men for quite a period of time. Saints now 5 or 6 days rest to build up to the Regal Trophy semi-final against Wigan at Huddersfield this Saturday, and then the rearranged game on the 17th, I think it is the 17th of January against London Broncos here at home. It's midweek, a week this Wednesday coming. And then Halifax the Sunday after completes the league programme. But the final score here from Knowsley Road, 54-14. You've been with Mike Ron.